Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, my name is Reavyne and welcome back to my channel. Now last night there was another Warriors Den live stream and it was a pretty goddamn big one. We got a whole bunch of information on a whole bunch of things. And I already put out a fair few videos last night, okay? I put out one showcasing the brand new weapons we're going to be getting in Season 6. I put out a video showcasing all the executions we're going to be getting pre-Season 6. And they are fucking amazing. And I also put out a video where the devs were playing the Orochi and the Peacekeeper and showing off the reworks and what they look like now. And they're pretty goddamn crazy. But I do have a lot to say about, you know, the whole rework thing, which I'll be covering later on in the video, because it's a very, very big topic to talk about. But I will be linking all three of those videos down below in the comment section. If you haven't seen them yet and you want to check them out, you can go there and basically, yeah, just watch the videos and everything you need to know is there. So in today's video, we're going to be covering all the other things that they showed, and then I'm going to be doing a massive discussion. And there was also something really, really important to talk about, and that is the fact that they dropped a whole bunch of news and hints and stuff in regards to E3 next month, which I'll get into in a minute. So there's going to be some massive speculation there. But for those of you who've been following me for a while, I got a tattoo update because I got this whole section of my arm done. So there'll be pictures up on the screen because once again, it's really weird to show in the webcam type thing. But yeah, it's fresh as fuck. It hurts, it's bruised, but it's going to be healed up in a few days. So let me know what you think about the tattoo down below in the comment section. I only have one more part to go and then my full sleeve is done, which is going to be pretty sweet. But first of all, let's kick it off with the brand new map that they showed, and this thing is called Beachhead. Now this thing is pretty damn cool. You start off in the whole Japanese fortress type deal. And of course, it's exactly what it sounds like. You know, there's Viking ships rocking up and they're assaulting the beach trying to take the fort. Now this is the same thing that was in the campaign and that whole part was fucking amazing. But keep in mind, it is a lot smaller than it was in the actual campaign. Because I remember that place being freaking huge. So it is a little bit smaller, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter because they have to fit it for PvP. Because if you're spending too much time running around, it's going to get a little bit boring. So I don't mind the smaller maps. It just means there's going to be more fighting. Now, of course, the map will have different things depending on what region you're playing in. So it'll have rain, or have snow, greeny swamp areas, and it'll change accordingly like the rest of the maps. And you'll be able to play this map in every single mode except for Tribute. I think they realized that pretty much no one plays Tribute, so they're sort of trying to move away from Tribute instead of making Tribute exclusive maps like they did before. So that's pretty cool because everyone plays Dominion or 1v1s, 2v2, so that's pretty much where they need to focus on making the maps. And overall, I really do like the map design. Like I said, it is a smaller map and there are certain sections where you're on one point, the enemy's on another point, and you can literally just stare at each other, just emote at each other and shit, which I like that. It's quite fun. And of course, if you're spending all your time emoting, you might get kicked into a pit. But overall, I like the map and I can't wait to play it. Next up, we're going to be talking about the inventory, and they put in something that this game has sorely fucking needed since its freaking release, and I'm so happy they put this in. We finally have a transmog section of the inventory. They're calling it the whole visual collection, and essentially what it is it's a transmog thing. If you play World of Warcraft or anything like that, it's pretty much that. So you can pick any piece of gear you want, and then you can make it look like any other piece of gear, so you don't need to stack gear anymore. So right now, say for me, I have 12 different helmets because I need to keep that type of helmet if I want that look. Now, that's no longer a thing. So as soon as you acquire a piece of gear, it will go into your transmog tab, okay, and then from there you can just delete the piece of gear and, you know, get the salvage or whatever you want for it. You don't have to keep the gear in your inventory anymore, which is fucking amazing. So that should reduce the clutter greatly. And on top of that, in the visual tab, they also have a section where you can see all the pieces of gear you haven't collected yet. And that's going to be really awesome because you can look at a piece of gear, go, okay, how do I get this? It says how you're supposed to get it, whether it's just, you know, playing games, looting gear, whatever it is, and then you can go and try and collect it. This whole change is just something that I've been wanting for a very long time, because if I look shit, I tend to play shit. I know that sounds dumb to some people, but there are tons of people out there who will fully get what I mean by that. I like to look really good. That way, when I rock out into the battlefield, I can just kill people. Downside to that, though, in the past was I have a whole bunch of gear sitting there in my bags, in my inventory, and it just fucking sucks. So now I'll be able to scrap all that, and I'll have all the visuals there still, which is amazing. And I just want to quickly say, when it comes to the executions, holy mother of God, they outdid themselves with this like section of executions. They are all pretty much fucking amazing. There are a couple in there which are a little bit meh, only because the other ones are so goddamn good. And these executions are so goddamn good, I'm actually going to be dropping a fair bit of steel on a bunch of them. I'm not going to buy steel once again, but I have a whole bunch of steel saved up, and finally there's executions that I look at it, I just go, I really need that. Shaman is one of them. I just fucking ripping people's stomachs open and pulling stuff. It's amazing. So yeah, props to the execution team, because I'm definitely going to be dropping some steel on a whole bunch of these executions. And remember, if you haven't seen those yet, down below in the comment section, check out my video on them. It showcases all of them, and they're fucking great. So now let's talk about the whole E3 thing. So on the show, they had the CEO of Ubisoft Montreal, okay, so the top dog, everyone's boss, and he said that they will be going to E3 and they have a massive showcase, something really big, something really exciting to show at E3, which is going to be in a month. Now, on top of that, just before they said this, they also said multiple times that they are definitely bringing out brand new heroes this year, and Roman later on in the show said that they have brand new heroes in the works and they're coming sometime this year. He was hinting soonish, and he said that they have these things ready to go, essentially. Now, I got one plausible theory for what they're going to be showing at E3 and one absolutely crazy tinfoil hat one. So we'll go over the plausible one first. Now, I think they realize that these hero reworks are not going to cut it in terms of hype, like, you know, massive amounts of hype when it comes to each season. So they need brand new heroes, and they know the game crave, like, you know, players, they crave brand new heroes, especially me. And when it comes to E3, you need something big to show there, okay? If you're going to be showing something off at E3, you need something worthy of it. You're not just going to have some, you know, outfits or executions and go, yeah, this is our big E3 reveal. It doesn't work. So it would have to be something really big and something really meaty. Now, the only things that can come to mind with that is either a brand new mode, maybe Siege mode, they might be announcing at E3, or of course, brand new heroes. Because those are the two things that will drastically change the game and will bring a ton of hype to, you know, E3 and of course, whatever season they're coming out in, assuming season 7. So I think in a month's time when E3 rocks around, we're either going to get a brand new mode or we're going to get brand new heroes, and they're going to showcase them at E3, which would be fucking amazing. It'll be a good way, you know, sort of getting towards the mid of season 6 to drop this news, keep everyone hyped up, and of course, give us something to look forward to in terms of season 7. But now I go into the full conspiracy theory tinfoil hat thing, okay? So probably don't take this serious. It's probably something that's not going to happen. It's just a what if, maybe. It could happen, who knows. But Ubisoft has said multiple times, even the CEO came on and he said that they are fully invested in For Honor at this point, okay? The IP, they're talking about how they're going to be pumping way more resources into it. They're going to be, you know, sticking with this thing for the long term. And they kept talking about the IP in general, because they said that Ubisoft as a whole, they needed something to fill the void in terms of fighting games and medieval stuff. So they went with For Honor, okay? It wasn't like any of their other titles. So it's not an IP they just want to drop. It's something they want to continue going on into the future. And that's as a company, okay? They're not talking about individual dev teams. They're talking about Ubisoft as a company. They need For Honor to fill this gap. So at E3, we might get For Honor 2, okay? They might do an announcement for that and say in, you know, after this year, they're bringing out For Honor 2. It's going to have everything that they've learned, everything they've put in dedicated servers, all the balancing stuff, everything, and they're going to revamp it in a brand new engine and do all that sort of stuff. It sounds fucking insane, and I don't think it's actually plausible. I think they're going to go with, you know, the heroes or the brand new mode. But when you think about it from a business sense, it might be worth it to, you know, sort of have a Kickstarter. Let's think about everything else. Okay, you got Destiny 1, they sort of fucked a whole bunch of shit up. After a while, they got things fixed, and then they injected, you know, life into it with Destiny 2's announcement, and it fucking blew up massively. Now, of course, Destiny 2 fucked it up afterwards, but the start of it was a massive reboot, and they could do the same thing for Honor if they want to bring out a For Honor 2. All they'd have to do is take everything that they've learned, everything they've implemented to get the game to an awesome point, and then, you know, by the end of the year, they fix it 100%, and then take all of that and port it into a brand new engine. Boom, For Honor 2, have a brand new relaunch, and then you might be able to kickstart this whole thing again and get the, you know, launch player numbers back. But like I said, all that is just conspiracy theory. It's probably not going to happen. It's probably, you know, way too far out there yet. Maybe it'll be a couple more years or whatever until they even announce a For Honor 2 or even think about it. But I thought I'd just throw that out there because I've seen people talking about this little conspiracy theory, let's call it, across the forums and Reddit. But yeah, it's most likely going to be either the brand new heroes or of course the Siege mode. But please, brand new heroes and Siege mode, that will fucking blow everyone away, and I guarantee people will come back to this game. Alrighty guys, so let's talk about the hero reworks now, and this thing sent everyone into a fucking frenzy in the chat. Now, I was sure they were gonna do at least 3 reworks, okay? I thought it was gonna be Orochi, Valkyrie, and then Peacekeeper. I knew they were doing Peacekeeper because I said in the previous Warriors Dens, they hinted that they're doing Peacekeeper. They said strongly they're doing something with Peacekeeper. So I know know a lot of people will say, nah, they're not doing Peacekeeper, nah, but I know them by now. When they say they're doing something or they hint towards doing something, it's happening. I've watched enough dens to know that. So Peacekeeper was definitely a thing, Orochi was definitely a thing, but I thought they were going to do 3 and put in Valkyrie or Warden. I thought there was going to be a toss up there, but turns out they decided to not put either the Valkyrie or the Warden in, and they're going to save those for season 7 or later on. And everyone completely lost their shit when they showed the Peacekeeper one, because of course Peacekeeper right now is S tier. She's completely fine, you can play her, she fucks people up, and there's no issues with it. She didn't really need a rework. I said she needed something to make her feel a lot better to play, and they fucking did that. They nailed it with her cancels and her bleeds. They made her feel a whole bunch like Shaman now, where she can do a heavy and then cancel that into a bleed jab, and they made her bleed stack now. There's a whole bunch of really cool things with her. She can cancel her heavies into guard breaks, into dashes. Overall, she's going to feel really fucking good to play and a lot smoother to play, and she's going to have a ton more option. But of course, to balance her out, or at least attempt to, they went and nerfed her damage across the board. So she's been heavily nerfed in terms of damage. Now, there's a massive argument going on right now on whether this is a nerf or whether this is a buff, because yes, there was a massive buff in terms of how she plays. Like I said, she plays a lot like Shaman now in terms of things she can cancel and link into other things, which is amazing. But at the same time, her damage has been fucked in half. So we're going to have to wait and see how she plays. She's still going to be good regardless, but we're going to have to wait and see whether she's still S tier or whether this is going to bump her down or make her even worse. But it sure as hell did fucking piss everyone off, okay? Everyone was fucking angry. I think I saw 1 or 2 people who was like, yay, Peacekeeper, but everyone else was fucking flipping tables, rioting. They were pissed. And rightfully so, because it is true, Valkyrie and Warden need it way fucking more than Peacekeeper, and I am a Peacekeeper fucking main for the most part. I love that chick. She's one of my go-to heroes, and I'm happy for it, but at the same time, I can put my own what I want aside and say, they kind of, needed it more, the Valkyrie and the Warden. But overall, I can't wait to get my hands on the Peacekeeper once she's reworked and see whether, her changes are a positive one or the nerfs to her damage is just too much and she's going to be shit. But now let's move on and talk about the one that everyone's been waiting for, and that is Orochi. And there are going to be Orochis fucking everywhere. It's going to be like the starter for Honor, when, the beta hits, and then when it first launched, when there was nothing but Peacekeepers and Orochis running around everywhere. That's going to happen again. Now, the thing about the Orochi rework is that it is fucking insanely good in terms of what they did with him, but there are a few things we need to talk about here, okay? First of all, he still doesn't have a valid opener. So I thought they were going to give him like a kick or something, or just some way to knock someone around and open them up if they want to turtle. Because right now, if you just want to turtle up, the only thing that the Orochi has over you is the fact that all his light attacks are really quick, because they have sped the Orochi up a fuck ton. But of course, if someone is really good at turtling, whether you got fast lights or not, it doesn't matter. They're still going to block everything and they're going to fuck you up. So he does lack an opener, and that is an issue. But in the same breath, he has also now become the ultimate in counter-attacking technology, okay? This guy, if you throw any move at him, he's going to be able to just fuck you up instantly. And that is because of his Riptide Strike move and, of course, his Storm Rush. So they've changed the way Riptide works now. So before, what you used to do is you used to go back and then slam him with a heavy. And now the way it works is you dash backwards and then hit them with a really fucking quick light. And this thing is amazing, because as soon as you see someone do an attack, okay, you just basically dash back and then hit them, and they can't do anything to stop it. And then when you couple that with the fact that Storm Rush now, you can do it from any direction you want, and they have different properties. So if you do it from the top, they can't dodge it. And of course, you can pull it out from any direction. Sort of like the Shaman. You see what they're doing here? They're trying to make everyone have as many options as the Shaman by the looks of it. They did the same thing with the Kensei. They did the same thing with the Highlander. Same thing sort of with the Berserker a little bit. They just gave him more hyper armor. But right now, they're trying to just give everyone tons of options, and they did it with the Orochi when it comes to the Storm Rush. So now you're going to have to guess what he's doing. So if you throw an attack and he dashes back, okay, if you cancel the attack with a feint and dash forward to punish him, he just hits you with a Storm Rush. Or if you let the attack ride, he's going to hit you with that Riptide Strike. Not to mention, they gave him 3 more chains, okay, so he can counter those. They sped up his light attacks, and so that way you can hit multiple light attacks. They want him to go in, hit you with something, and then just blender you, okay? That's what they're aiming for. Overall, he's going to be insanely quick. He's going to be insane at counterattacking, but he still lacks openers, and I am so sorry to all you people on consoles. For the longest time, you guys have been saying that you've just been getting shat on by fast light attacks. You've been complaining about the Peacekeeper when it comes to that, and then they go and make the Orochi really, really fucking quick, give him a whole bunch of fast lights, and give, just make him super quick. So I feel really, really bad for you guys, and it's going to be a shit experience, especially in the first couple of weeks, where there's going to be Orochis everywhere. Peacekeeper creepers everywhere, and it's just going to be just light spam for days. But overall, the reworks were really cool. I like what they did with them. I wish they would have put Warden or Valkyrie in, giving us 3 reworks. That would have been a lot better, and it would have gone over a lot better with the community when you're like reworking Peacekeeper. But I guess they weren't ready, or they're looking to spread these reworks out because they want, you know, to keep the content flowing or whatever. But overall, the reworks are good. Sucks that they didn't do Valkyrie or Warden. But yeah, that was pretty much all the big things they talked about, all the big things they shown, and of course, this video, complete with the other 3 videos I put out, showcases everything. But that is the end of the video, guys, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let me know your thoughts. I love reading and replying to all your comments down below. And feel free to check out my Discord and Twitter. There is a link down below in the description box for both of those as well. The Discord is a great way for me to talk to you guys outside the YouTube comment section. And of course, the Twitter is a great way for you guys to get a notification whenever a video is being uploaded, because YouTube is a bit weird sometimes. And if you like this video and you like what I'm doing here on the channel and you want to support the channel further, feel free to check out my Patreon. There'll be a link down below in the description box, and a link will pop up at the end of the video. And if you choose to donate, it is greatly appreciated. And a big shout out to my current patrons whose names you've been seeing in the background. Just wanted to say thank you for your support. It really does mean a lot. And please share this video around, it does help me out a fuck ton. And if you want to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button. I shall see you all in the next video. Have a good one, guys.